Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler, and this time we're looking at the Clone Wars cuts for Season 6. Now, usually when we do these whole Clone Wars cuts things, we're talking about something that didn't air on Cartoon Network, or wherever a show is airing, that then made it onto home video. Extended cuts, like ones that include decapitations or impalements that weren't shown elsewhere, or actual director's cuts that add scenes. This time it's a little weird because we're looking at something that was actually removed from American releases that aired on television in Germany. Yeah, it's definitely an odd situation here. Home video-wise, we are talking about The Clone Wars The Lost Missions, or Season 6, on DVD and on Blu-ray. We just took a look at those in our previous episode here. As you're going along watching these episodes, you'll run into the episode entitled Voices. This is where Yoda goes off to Dagobah, communes with the spirit of Qui-Gon, blah, 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 right? All that really confusing adding to the lore stuff with the nature of the Force and the nature of life in the universe and everything. Well, in the course of that episode, there comes a point where Yoda asks Anakin, who's used to disobeying the Jedi Council, to help him get out of the Jedi Temple when he's being held essentially for medical reasons. He's able to, with the help of Anakin and R2-D2, get to his little Jedi Starfighter, which is kind of cute, fly it up into space, and depending on which version you were watching, he either attaches to a hyperspace ring and leaves, or we don't see that and we just see him emerge on the other side. Basically, on German language television, which is where it premiered first. All these episodes premiered prior to their premiere on Netflix in the US on television in Germany. You got this episode, and it goes, Yoda getting in the ship. Then we get the comments being made, Anakin, what have you done? Type of thing, except of course it's in German. Hey, for once this wasn't my idea. We see Yoda go up into space, dock with the hyperspace ring, shoot off into hyperspace, and presumably commercial break time. We come back from the break, and shoom, he's coming out of hyperspace, he releases from the ring and heads toward the surface of Dagobah. That's what you would get if you saw it in Germany. When it's released through Netflix in the United States, later through places like iTunes and on home video, part of that sequence is just gone. He gets in the ship, he's lifting off, Anakin, what have you done? But we don't see the sequence in which Yoda goes into space, hooks to the hyperspace ring, and takes off to hyperspace. We get this weird instance in which there's a really kind of cool space sequence here, showing us a new element, right? Yoda's little teeny tiny Jedi Starfighter, or Jedi Interceptor, attaching to this hyperspace ring that for whatever reason, certainly it wasn't for content reasons, no one's getting impaled or getting their head cut off, or nobody's kissing a dying clone or something. It was dropped when released in the United States. A very, very odd decision. But of course, that is essentially a Clone Wars cut after a fashion, so we're going to take a quick look at it here. Here are the two sequences back to back. You'll easily be able to tell without my little comment at the bottom which one is in German because, they're speaking in German. But check these out back to back. I think you'll agree that that little segment that was cut is really pretty cool, and it seems inexplicable why they wouldn't have put that on the US releases. And yes, I have asked some friends who live in Europe. The European home video release is based on these masters. Even the European home video release does not have this sequence in it. It appears to have only aired overseas, and then it's just gone, as if it never existed in Star Wars lore, which is part of why I want to make sure to chronicle it right here. Here are the two sequences.
Where's Master Yoda? What have you done?
Hey, for once, none of this was my idea.
Wo ist Meister Yoda? Was hast du getan, Anakin?
Das war mal ausnahmsweise nicht meine Idee.
weird, isn't it? I'd love to get an explanation at some point of why they did what they did with that particular sequence. With that, though, we'll wrap up this episode. That's all for Season 6's Clone Wars Cuts. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.